The small, antique shop was tucked between a bustling cafe and a vintage clothing store, its existence almost forgotten. The sign above the door read Curios and Antiques, and the windows were dusty, filled with a jumble of old trinkets and forgotten treasures. I had never noticed it before, but today something drew me in, perhaps the faint hum of static that seemed to emanate from within. As I pushed open the creaky door, a bell above it rang out, and the scent of aged wood and something faintly metallic filled my nostrils. The shop was dimly lit, the only light coming from a single flickering bulb. Shelves stretched from floor to ceiling, crowded with peculiar items. A taxidermy owl with glassy, staring eyes, a stack of yellowed letters tied with a ribbon, and a small, ornate music box that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly rhythm. Behind the counter stood the shopkeeper, an elderly man with sunken eyes and skin so pale it seemed almost translucent. He watched me with an unnerving intensity, his expression unreadable. "Welcome," he said in a voice that was barely above a whisper. "I've been waiting for you." Before I could respond, my eyes landed on a small, framed mirror sitting on a nearby shelf. It was old, the glass cloudy with age, and its frame carved with strange symbols that seemed to shift as I looked at them. "How much?" I asked, picking it up. The shopkeeper smiled, revealing crooked, yellow teeth. "For you, it's free." I hesitated, but something about the mirror felt important. I took it home, placing it on my bedside table. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't shake the feeling that the mirror was watching me. It started with small things. I would catch glimpses of movement out of the corner of my eye, shadowy figures darting just beyond the edge of perception. Then I began to hear whispers, faint and indistinct, but definitely there. I told myself it was just my imagination, but deep down, I knew something was wrong. One night, I woke to the sound of my own voice. "Hello," I said, sitting up and looking around the dark room, but I hadn't spoken. The voice came again, louder this time. "Hello?" I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. The voice was coming from the mirror. "Who's there?" I demanded, trying to keep my voice steady. There was no response, but the whispers grew louder, more urgent. I threw off the covers and approached the mirror, my reflection staring back at me. But as I watched, my reflection's mouth opened, wider than mine could ever go. "Let me out," it whispered, the voice echoing in my mind. I screamed, dropping the mirror as if it had burned me. It shattered on the floor, shards of glass scattering everywhere. When I finally worked up the courage to clean the mess, I noticed something strange. Among the shards, there was a piece of paper. I picked it up, smoothing it out. On it, scrawled in red ink, was a single word: soon. That was 3 days ago. Since then, the whispers have stopped. The house feels quiet, too quiet. But I know it's not over. I can feel eyes on me, watching, waiting. And I know that whatever was in that mirror is coming. I just don't know when.